What's going on, swim fans? Welcome back to Tokyo, Japan. We just concluded night number 4 at these Olympic Games. A lot of excitement, a lot of drama, a lot of emotion. So much to unpack in this video. We're going to go ahead and go through every single race. We're going to do a analysis, technical analysis on the actual event, look at the splits, see how these athletes were able to perform, what they did, and we'll see how it shapes up for the rest of the competition. Let's go ahead and look at what the event schedule was. We kick things off with the men's 100-meter freestyle semifinal. Oh boy, the times that these guys are throwing down is absolutely nuts. If you look at the times that these swimmers were going just 15, 20 years ago, none of those swimmers who won the gold would even make it onto the podium. That's how fast this event is, and the semifinal certainly showed us how fast and deep it is. Next up, we had the women's 200-meter freestyle, where we had the ultimate showdown between Katie Ledecky and Titmus. But you know what? Ledecky didn't even get onto the podium. And sure enough, Titmus did have that outstanding reaction with her coach. There's her coach. We have a new reaction, new swimming meme. We'll get into that in just a little bit, but there's a little sneak preview for you guys. Tons of fun. After that, we had the men's 200-meter butterfly final, where the man, the myth, the legend, Krzysztof Milak of Hungary showed up and made some magic happen. Then we had the women's 200 fly semifinal, followed by the men's 200 breaststroke semifinal. Then the women's 200 individual medley, that was a final. Then we had the women's 1500-meter freestyle, where we got to see Ledecky again. This was the first time the 1500-meter freestyle has been contested at the Olympic Games on the women's side. So that was really awesome to see that. And then we had a somewhat chaotic men's 4x200-meter freestyle relay. We'll get into that. But before we do, go ahead and tell me, guys, where you're joining us from. A lot of emotion here. There's going to be, this is a recap, there's going to be spoilers. Yeah, we're going to have spoilers. No worries. Yeah, so go ahead and let me know where you guys are joining us from. And, OMG, did they lose the relay? Well, yeah, a lot of people lost that relay. Only one can be a champion. So if you guys have been enjoying these recaps and also the pre-show, make sure you guys destroy the like button. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate the support, and we can do this for you guys. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Hello from Bosnia. That's awesome. That's the first time we've seen a Bosnia participant. And as we go through these events, event by event, I want to know what you guys think. I want to know your reaction. Did we think any athletes had a misstep? Who surprised us? Who showed the most emotion? Who had the best reactions? We're going to go through it event by event. Shame on the coaching staff. We'll get into that, Adam. We will get into that, but we don't want to spoil it too early. We don't want to spoil the fun too early. All right, let's go ahead and get right into this. The first event we're going to go over is the men's 100-meter freestyle semifinal. So much speed in this semifinal. We got to see our crowd favorite, Caleb Dressel, but also Kolesnikov of Russia. He won the 100 backstroke, and he has so much speed. Let's look at these splits right now. So this was the top 16, and top 8 will advance into the final. Where's the rank? There it is. We got to make sure the rank is on the screen so you guys can see. So right now, all I want to do, I want to zoom in on the place. So we have Kolesnikov. He is our top seed going into the final. Let me know who you guys think is going to win this event tomorrow in the 100 freestyle. Dressel was second. Then we have the Italian in third. Remember Huang? He went out in a 49.7 in the 200 freestyle and died. Well, he's in fourth. Popovich showing up there in 5. Chalmers right there in 6. Remember, the top 8 will make it into the final tomorrow. Now let's look at these splits. This is really interesting. Dressel was out in a 22.5. Kolesnikov was out in a 22.52. They're going out pretty much the same, and then it all comes down to the finish. Dressel back in a 24.6 to Kolesnikov's 24.5. But how about that 24.3? He went out in a 23.1. Maybe that's why. But these guys have a ton of speed coming home. Look at Chalmers. Look at the swimmer from Romania, just 16. Popovich, 24.3. I think it's going to take a world record to win this event. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Who do you think is going to win? What are the times going to be? Dressel got it down in a 47.7. Oh, I think you meant 46.7. Santa, yeah, I think 47.7 won't even get on the podium. If you look at how fast these times were just to get in, it took a 47.8 just to make it into the top 8. That's like absolutely mind-blowing. I still can't believe how fast it is. Look at this. This guy went 47.9 and didn't even make the final. Let that sink in for a second. That's how fast this was. It was blazing, blazing. Matthew Kim, there will be a major upset. This is why we talk about this men's 100 freestyle. Let me zoom out a little bit so you can see all the players. You know, we talk about this event as being the most competitive event at the Olympics. It has so much depth. Literally, a 47.9 didn't even make the top 8. That would have won the Olympics like 4 Olympics ago. That would have won, and it didn't even get it. It's like 9th. That's how ridiculous this is. So I expect to see Apple make the final and maybe get 4th. Yeah. So Zach Apple, we got to talk about him. We'll talk about him in a little bit if you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Wink, wink. All right, let's see what else you guys think about this. Dressel, Chalmers, Kolesnikov. I really think it's going to be a battle between those 3 guys, and I think someone's going to surprise us. I think someone's going to go out with the field. They have the back half speed, and they're just going to show up when it counts. It's going to be really tough. Really tough. Really tough to call. Popovich broke his junior record in the 200-meter by far. He does the same in the 100. I believe he can take the bronze medal. So if you remember, Popovich was 47.3 at the European Juniors. He did go a best time in the 200. If you remember, at the European Juniors, he went at 145.2, I believe. He went 144.6, so he dropped like half a second. If he can drop 0.2, he goes 47.1. The problem is, if you look at how he splits it, he goes out too slow. He's going out in a 23.2. You can't go out in a 23. These guys are going out. Look at how fast these guys are going out. They're going to go out 22.3 or 22.2. And you can't be going out a full second slower than these guys. You're just going to get left behind in their wake. Pun intended. Caleb wins it tomorrow. Adam's just throwing that down. It's going to have to be a 46-something to win the title in the men's 100-meter freestyle final. Oh, man, just hearing that multiple people could dip under. I mean, between Chalmers, Kolesnikov, and Dressel, all 3 are capable of going under the world record. Remember, the world record, Cesar Cielo from 2009, 46.9. It'd be really interesting to see these guys dip under that. I cannot wait to see it. 46.7. Ooh, we're seeing a lot of 47s. Okay, so that recaps the 100-meter freestyle semifinal. A lot of action. Let's talk about the women's 200-meter freestyle, where we got to see the epic battle between Ariane Titmus from Australia and America's Katie Ledecky. Now, if you look at these results, kind of a shocker here. How about Haughey from Hong Kong coming in there for 2nd and Alexiak for 3rd? Isn't that incredible? Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this race, and let's go into it split by split, because I think there's a lot of things we got to pay attention to. If you guys, and there's Ledecky right there. You know, we were thinking she might win this or get 2nd. She didn't even get on the podium. That's how competitive this field was. But when you look at the splits, let's look at the splits here. This was really fascinating. So the ladies that took this out the fastest, it was Alexiak, Haughey. Look at this. They were out in a 26.6, 26.4. Our winner was out in a 27.0. Not even close, but she split it the best. Titmus did have the best split. She swam it perfectly. When it comes to the splits, if you guys swim the 200 free or the 200 of anything, you want your last 3 50s to be the same time. So if you look at it, so you want your 2nd 50, 3rd 50, and 4th 50 to be the exact same. Look at this. 28.81, 28.85, 28.80. That is like perfect. So if you guys are taking notes right now, that is how you swim the 200 freestyle. It comes to managing your energy. You can't use your legs too much on the first half. And she split it perfectly. Now, if you look at Haughey, who came in silver, she took it out hard and she fell off. You can see the splits there. She started to fall off, but she went out so aggressive that she was able to hang on, go that 153.9, get the silver medal. All the other swimmers really fell off the pace. Look at that, 30-point. Even Ledecky, was that Ledecky? Yeah, Ledecky split a 29.6. Even she fell off the pace. But look at these splits there. That is incredible. to go 28.8, 28.8, 28.8. That might be one of the best split 200 freestyles of all time. If she had broken the world record, and let's say she was holding 28.7, that would have been even better. Let's go ahead and look at the comments and hear what you guys think about this event. All right, here we go. I think Ledecky's speed just isn't there. It could be her training is higher volume and less speed. Yeah, she was able to do some damage in the 1500. Let's see if she can do it in the 800. Ledecky needs to go out faster, more relaxed, not the last 50. Yeah, she fell off. I think Ledecky should compete at the 400 plus. I abbreviated your comment. That's, I think, what you were saying here. When I watched this race, I thought Ledecky was doing the same strategy as Titmus at the beginning because usually she goes out fast. She didn't have bad splits. It's just that the others went out faster. Yeah, I mean, the times for Ledecky wasn't anything that impressive. You know, it wasn't even that close. I thought Ledecky would be first. Yeah, it is just crazy, especially when you look at these splits. But how about shout out? Oh, and by the way, we have a video of his reaction. Look at this. Isn't that incredible? What do you guys think of this reaction? I think it's crazy. I think that comment is right. That's a great comment. Should Ledecky do open water? I think she'd be pretty good at it. You know, Ousmalouli from Tunisia, he won the 1500 at the 2008 Olympics. Then in 2012, I believe, he ended up swimming it in open water, and he got a gold medal in the 10K open water. So obviously, it can be done. Stick to the longer races, Fares. Yeah. Anyway, this wraps up the outrageous coach. He's a little bit more contained than he was in the prior events. Wait a second. Let's pull that back up. We got a comment here from Santa. Someone was recording his reaction. They knew he was going to act out. Oh, goodness. I think we'll just have to leave it at that. We're just going to leave it at that. Titmus coach is the GOAT of all celebrations. I would have to agree with that. That's awesome. That is awesome. Next event is the men's 200-meter butterfly. We get to see Krzysztof Milak, the cream of the crop of the 200 butterfly. When you listen to Michael Phelps talk about this guy, he only has good things to say about him. His distance per stroke, his efficiency, his body position. And now when you look at the results, he wasn't happy. He wasn't satisfied when he touched the wall first. He won the event at a 151.25. Similarly, how he split, you know, when we look at Titmus, how she split her race in the 200 free, go out 24.4, 29.0, 28.6, 29.1. He really pushed that third 50. If you guys remember watching the race, he floated into the wall at the 100 mark, and he mistimed that wall. That might have been 0.2, 0.3 right there. Would it be enough to take down his own world record? Remember, he has the world record at a 150.73. I don't think that would have been enough. I think he would have gone 150.9, 151.0. But look at the rest of the field. Chad Leclos fell apart. He came in 5th. But look at Honda from Japan. I know in the pre-show you guys were really hyping him up. Honda coming in for Japan with that 153.7. Then the Italian right there for the bronze. Let me know what you guys think. And Gunnar Bentz there, 7th. He was retired after this race. He put on, I think it was Twitter, that he would be retiring after this race. So, you know, I would have liked to have seen Krzysztof Milak have a little bit more excitement after winning the gold medal because the young kid doesn't have a gold medal. So, you know, Milak could give me his gold if he doesn't want it. You guys are so funny. That's a good question. So Jonathan asked, do we get to see any swimming? So I'll give you guys a little lowdown, a little bit of drama. If you guys want drama, listen to this. So our channel has actually been threatened to be shut down if we show a single second of footage during these Olympics. So we don't want to shut that down. We want to do the best that we can for you guys, provide you the best commentary, race analysis, pre and post show, bring you guys fun reactions, just like Titmus's coach. But we'll have to keep this swimming for another video. By the way, if you guys appreciate that kind of stuff, make sure you destroy the like button. Destroy it as hard as Milak finished into this 200 fly, if that made any sense. Go ahead and give us a like. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. And also check out the video that we did on Krzysztof Milak. Maybe we'll link it in a comment or something. But we did a full analysis. I basically stand in front of a whiteboard with an iPad, and I break down his stroke technique, showing you guys how he swims his butterfly so efficiently, and some areas that he could actually improve and go even faster. I do think he'll be one of the guys to go under 150 in the 200 fly. He didn't do it here at the Olympics. Maybe he can do it in the future. I think that would be pretty outstanding. Let's go ahead and take a look at some more comments. The Italians are having a great Olympics in swimming. Shout out to Italy. Yeah, Milak after winning. I retired after the 200 fly as well. I did a 200 fly the other day. Oh, man, it was rough. Yeah, I don't know if he was upset. I think he was just disappointed. Yeah, wait until. We're going to come back to Zach Apple. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. Milak is happier watching a movie than winning a gold medal. You guys are too hard on him. He has goals set. He has maybe he wanted to go like 148 and he didn't do it. It is what it is, right? It is what it is. Next event is the women's 200-meter butterfly. This was the semifinal. Something really ironic about this race, there were only 16 people entered in the prelims, which means everyone qualified for the final. So literally anyone watching this stream, if you were to be in there, you'd have a shot to make it into the semifinal, which is kind of ridiculous. There's some politics behind that, but we won't get into that. In any case, we do have these top swimmers. And how about Zhang from China? Look at this time, and look at Flickener reel her in. Let's look at these splits now. This was really intriguing. So Zhang from China, whoa, that was a bad circle, 204.89. Now look at the splits. We talked about splits a lot in this recap. 27.0, 23.7, 32.9, 33.1. So she went out after it. Look at that first 100. At the 100 mark, she was out in a 58.72. That's really fast. Now contrast that with Haley Flickener from America. She went out in a minute, and she split 28.7, 31.9, 32.7, 32.8. So her back half was a lot stronger. The question becomes, can she go out fast enough to hang with her in the final? If she can, she'll contend for a gold medal. The problem is, look at the difference. She's already 1.34 behind. So she has 1.34 seconds. That's Flickener to make up on Zhang from China. And if she can't go out faster, she's not going to be able to catch her at the end because she's going to be too far behind. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. I'm going to zoom this out so you guys can see the full results and the places. There you go. Let's go ahead and look at this. The world record in 200 fly is absolutely ridiculous. Lucas, I agree with you. Look at this world record. Okay, this is what we're looking at right here. It's a 201.8. Look at the back half on that. So she only went out in a 58.0, but then she came back like a monster. Like she split 32.0 and then, no, even faster than that. Yeah, no, 32.0 and then she came back in a 30 point. Wow. Just think about the math on that. Or 31.8. She came back in a 31.8. So she came back a full second faster on the last 50, breaking the world record, than Haley Flickener just did. And Haley Flickener outsplit the field by a full second on the last 50, or most of the field. So it'll be really interesting to see how that shapes up. I want to marry Flickener. Well, good luck with that. All right, so I don't think Flickener had a way stronger back half than Zhang. If you do the math, their back halves are almost equal. Oh, actually, yeah, good point. Let's zoom in on that. Correct. Yeah, so if you do the math on that, that's a very good analysis. So if you look at the math on the second 100, 32.9, 33.1 to 32.7 to 32.8. So when you look at that, Flickener is only a little bit faster. What I'm saying is she needs to go out as fast as her to have a chance because she's not going to be able to reel her in that much. So if she doesn't take it out fast enough with her, she's not going to have a shot because she's only going to pull her in so much. So hopefully that made sense. That was quality. Yeah, exactly. She needs to stay close to the leader. She needs to go out under a minute. She needs to go out 59 low if she wants a shot at this. Otherwise, it's just not going to happen. Yeah, also keep an eye on Regan Smith. So we don't want to forget about these other contenders. Top 8 get into the final. Let me draw that line for you guys. That's what it took to get in. Regan Smith, of course, from Minnesota, 19 years old. I don't think Regan Smith medals. Maybe. Maybe she medals. Not sure about that. Let's keep moving. I want to get into that relay at the end. We have some fun commentary about that. Let's talk about the men's 200-meter breaststroke semifinal. 16 swimmers, top 8 make it into the final. Let me draw that red line for what made it into the top 8. It took a 2:08.7. That's a lot of depth. That's actually pretty fast. What do you guys think it's going to take to win this event in the final? Stubblety Cook from Australia looked really good. James Wilby from Great Britain, he was second. Kaminga was third fastest. Fink looked really good as well. Let's look at how they split this race. And I also want to talk about how the world record is split, because it's really, really fast on the back half. There's like two forms of how people swim this event at the international level now. Some guys take it out fast and try and hang on. And now there's this new wave in the last 5 to 10 years. I don't know what's happening. People are trying to negative split this race. It doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. I mean, I swim the 200 breast, and that's never how I swim it. But sometimes these guys are going out so slow on the first half, and they're just pounding the third and fourth 50. Here's an example of good splits. So our top guy here, Stubblety Cook, let's take a look at his splits. 29.4, 32.6, 32.7, 32.5. Even that middle 100, he's got room to drop. His total time of 2:07.3, he could get that 2:06. Would that be enough to win a gold medal? Look at the splits here by contrast. Let's actually look at the world record. I want to show you guys how ridiculous the world record is. Look at these splits. Out in a 1:02. How do you go out in a 1:02 but then come back and go a 2:06? That means you had to come back in a 1:03.9. That is the second 100 split on the world record. And when you compare that to even what these guys are going like 1:05, which is really, really fast. 1:05, 1:06. That's the world record, 1:03.9. That's the split. So there's two schools of thought in how you swim this event. Who do you guys think is going to win this event tomorrow in the final? 2:06.9 wins it. That's what Adam thinks. Yuri, where's Yuri at? Let me know what you guys think. Who's going to win this? How is the Olympic record better than the world record? So let me clarify. Let me zoom in for you guys. So these are the splits. So the Olympic record is a 2:07.2. The world record is faster. But this is showing you the splits, how they did those times. So the world record split, these are two different guys. They swam at two different times. So the world record split, he went out really slow, and he back halved it in the 1:03.9. That's what I was showing with the 1:03.9. The Olympic record is split a little bit more normal, but even then, it's still a big back half. If you do the math on that, it's still pretty solid back half, but not as ridiculous as the world record. Let's see what else you guys are thinking in this event. Yeah, we appreciate the support, guys. If you guys like the content, make sure you give us the like. Kaminga with, wait, hold on. Kaminga with the 2:06.9. All right, if we have no thoughts on this, we'll just move on to the next event. Hey, there we go. He's just saving up. Oh, boy. So this is the world record we're talking about. He's right here. I don't think – here's the thing. A lot of people are counting him out because he's not performing right now. What did he go? He went 2:08.5. Is he really going to drop 2.5 seconds to equal his best time? Maybe, but that's a lot of time to drop from a semifinal. Normally, by the time you get into a semifinal in one of these types of races, like the 200 of stroke, everyone's cards have been shown. Even when you think back to the greatest of all time, Michael Phelps, he swims a 200 fly or 200 IM. By the time you get into the semifinal, you have a pretty good indication of where they're at. They're not going to drop 2.5 seconds. Even when Phelps did the 200 fly, he dropped like a second or something between and he had no competition. Here he almost didn't even qualify into the final. That's why, I circle him in the 7th position. He may or may not be able to do anything, but we'll see what happens. Very excited about that one. I swim the 200 breaststroke and the 100 breaststroke, so I'm very curious to see what ends up shaking out in that event. The next event to talk about is the women's 200 individual medley. This was a final. We had the world record holder and defending gold medalist, that is Katinka Hosu, in this event. She did not show up where we wanted her to. Not really a surprise because she didn't really show up in the 400 IM. She finished 7th. But how about Ohashi? Now, I know some of you guys were grilling me in the pre-show talking about Ohashi. I didn't actually talk about her at all. And she won the 400, and here she is racking up medals, winning the gold medal in the 200 individual medley. Let's go ahead and look at the splits. The time itself, not that impressive, but again, this is the Olympics. It's all about getting your hand on the wall first. She split 27.9, 32 on the back, 37 on the breast, 30 point on the way home. It really came together for her on the breaststroke at the 100 mark. Look at where she was positioned. She was in the lead at the 100, but just barely. And the Americans go 1-2. So USA with the silver and the bronze performance. And yeah, you can't, if you're the United States, you can't be disappointed with 2 medals in this event. And if you're the host nation, she's going to be a superstar. When you win a gold medal or multiple gold medals in your own host country, the host country of the Olympics, this is going to be massive for her. Congratulations. And you could see the emotion in her face. It certainly sucks to see Katinka not really step up and perform like we know that she can. I mean, if you look at her world record, it's a 2:06.1. That's 2.5 seconds faster than the winning time of that gold medal. So she was 7th place. Oh, well, we'll move on. But how about Ohashi? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I thought Walsh maybe lost track of Ohashi. That's a good observation. It was really back and forth in the very, very beginning. The first maybe 75 meters of this race, it was pretty much wide open. No one really jumped on it. When you look at the splits, Kate Douglas had the early speed, but then she fell off even on the backstroke, even though her breaststroke she outsplit. If you look at Ohashi, she really had, or Alex Walsh, she had a great backstroke with that 32.6 right there. So, oh, I didn't even circle 32.6. 32.6 right there. Let me make it bigger for you guys. That 32.6 put her in the position, that's Kate Douglas we're talking about, to pass Kate Douglas and make some magic happen. So let's see what else. Ohashi, a beast at the finish. Yeah, she came in clutch at the end. Home court advantage. Yeah, I don't know if we call it home court. Home pool advantage. Nice. Michael Andrews' freestyle split is almost the same as Ohashi. Yeah, Michael Andrews' 30 point at the end is not very fast. Yeah. Fantastic. Let's talk about Katie Ledecky's performance in the 1500 meter freestyle. This was spectacular for a number of reasons. Number one, this is the first time the women's 1500 meter freestyle has been contested at the Olympic Games. This is a really big deal. There's so much history and legacy of distance swimming, not only in the United States where Katie Ledecky is from, but also internationally. The United States certainly has had some dominance, but it was so cool to see this event here at the Olympics. It should have been done a long time ago, but here we have it. And Katie Ledecky not only wins, but pulls along her U.S. teammate. That's Erica Sullivan. The U.S. goes 1-2 in this event, and it was a really good race for that silver position because Erica Sullivan wasn't even in the competition, meaning she wasn't even in the race up until about 1,000 or 1,200 meters. Now, I know there's a lot of numbers here on the side. Let's look at the splits, and you can see how incredible this was for not only Ledecky, but Erica Sullivan. So let's zoom in here. Now, you look at the splits. Basically, they're holding 31s. 31, 31, 31, 31, 31, 31, 31, 31, 31, 31, 31. Now that we've established that everyone was holding 31s, let's go ahead and look at it a little bit more scientifically. I want to look specifically at the last maybe 650s. You look at Erica Sullivan, and she was not only holding 31s, but she was holding 31 low. Look at that. 31-0. 31-0. Look at what Ledecky was holding. 31-4, 31-6. And then at the very end, 30.8. And she just fell off because she knew that she won it or got second. So if you look at how these ladies split this race, it really came down to the last few hundred meters where Erica Sullivan was outsplitting Ledecky 50 by 50, reeling her in. But not only Ledecky, She was outsplitting the rest of the field. Look at these swimmers. They were ahead of her, but they were falling apart. Look at these splits. 32, 32, 33. These girls were ahead of Erica Sullivan leading into it. So this was an incredible performance. You know what's funny? A couple of hours ago, before the start of the final session, I actually went for a swim myself. I swam 5,000 meters, and I did a 1,500-meter freestyle in honor of this event. My God, it was so painful. So hats off to these ladies and anyone who swims distance. Give me a shout out in the comments if you're a distance swimmer. And yeah, Ledecky is the queen of distance. You know, she had to bounce back 1 hour and 15 minutes later after losing the 200-meter freestyle in what was not really the best performance for her, but she showed up an hour and 15 minutes later and she made magic happen. Her time wasn't actually that fast. She holds the world record. Let's zoom in on that a little bit. She holds the world record at a 15:20. Holy crap, that's fast. Just for context, the next fastest human in this field besides Ledecky, Erica Sullivan, 15:41. 21 seconds between the world record and the person after Katie Ledecky. So the times were not that significant for Ledecky going to 37. She went faster in the prelims, but who cares? She got the gold medal. I am a distance swimmer. Hey, shout out. Ledecky will win gold in the 1,500 and the 800 in Paris. We still have the 800 to go, so it's not over till it's over. Will Ledecky be in Paris? Yeah, I don't know if she's going to swim another 3 years. I don't see why not. Yeah, the last 300 meters was everything. Ledecky next Olympic Games going to be yeah, world record. That'd be cool, huh? Awesome. Cool. Well, that's awesome. I appreciate all of your comments. Her technique is perfect. I did an analysis on her freestyle stroke technique. So if you guys want to check that out, be sure to check it out. All the top athletes here at the Olympics I've done. Erica swam that race perfectly. Yeah, that's how you're supposed to swim it. Here we go. Lane 4 swimmers won 4 of 5 races today. Yeah, I mean, there are the top qualifiers after the semifinal or the prelims. So it's not that much of a surprise to have Lane 4 people winning, especially in some of these events, like the 1,500. Ledecky was obviously the favorite. Same as the 200 free tip miss. She was able to squeak it out. Yeah. And now, the moment you've been waiting for, the men's 4x200 meter freestyle relay. Great Britain absolutely demolished the field, but we have a little bit of drama. Maybe it's not drama, but I'm going to make it drama. The United States. What happened, guys? The United States. I want to know what you guys think in the comments. We're going to analyze this, and there's some really interesting things that pop out when you look at the numbers of this race. Specifically, let's get into it. First of all, let's give credit to the Great Britain because they had a phenomenal race. They almost broke the world record that the Americans held from Rome, and they are the Olympic record from Beijing. You remember Michael Phelps, he was on that relay. So they go 6:58.5. Now look at these splits. 1:45.7, 1:44.4, 1:45.0, 1:43.4. Look at that anchor split by Duncan Scott. He's the MVP of this relay. MVP, most valuable player of this relay. Now, what about the Americans? The Americans didn't even make the podium, but they were leading the race at one point. So let's zoom in here. If you have to pick an MVP of the Americans, that's definitely going to be Kieran Smith. He is the MVP. Let's see what he led off in. He led off in a 1:44.7. He won a best time leading off the relay. So shout out to him. He did his part. Let's take a look at what happened next. Then we had a 1:45.5. Solid. That's definitely solid. But then we had a 1:47.3. What is that? Ooh, that's garbage. That's terrible. You cannot have. This is the Olympics, guys. Do you know how many other people can go 1:47.3 on a relay from the United States? I can't even count them on my hands, and I have 10 fingers. Like, that's really difficult to see that. And here's the most terrible part of it. He did not swim the race very well. He split. Look at the last split. 1:18.3 to a 1:47.31. That means he split a 29.0 on the final 50. Yep, that's the correct math. He split a 29.0. Guys, I can do a 29.0 right now off a push. What is he doing? What is he doing? So he completely fell apart. But the Americans off the podium, they're lucky even to get fourth right there. I mean, Tonley Haas did go a 144.8, so he did his part, obviously. But you can't have a 147. The question is, why didn't Caleb Dressel swim this, or someone else? You know, this was a tough call. Coaches have a tough call. But the United States should have been on the podium. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. They didn't. It didn't happen, and they're not on the podium. Let's give a shout-out to the Russians. Russia with that silver medal, and then Australia coming in that bronze medal position. So those are just some initial thoughts when I was looking at the splits of the 4x200 freestyle relay. Now let's hear what you guys have to say. Here we go. Kieran Smith did crazy. Oh my God, he's insane. Come on, Zach. Come on, Zach. Hey, you know what? It's really easy for us watching this to hate on the swimmers, and if someone didn't perform well or someone didn't medal as expected. At the end of the day, the athletes are trying their hardest. It's not like they're not trying. So we got to keep that in mind. Sometimes the pressure of the Olympics, of the moment, the lactic acid, the racing, you get too excited, you go out fast and then die. Hey, you know what? Stuff happens and you move on. The worst event for the men in history. I don't know if it was the worst in history, but it wasn't good. Apple went off in the relay but declined from there. They were 300ths away from the world record. Yeah, Team Great Britain did a phenomenal job here. 6:58.5. And actually, Tom Dean, I mean, he didn't blow it, but he went really slow. He went 1:45.7. If he had just gone his best time that he went 1:44.2 yesterday, they would have gone a 6:57. Low. They would have gone a 6:57.1 if he just went the same time he went yesterday. So they would have obliterated the world record. Tom Dean underperformed. Yeah, that's who we were just talking about. Yeah. So it would have been great to see a little bit more performance, but you know what? They were so close to the world record. If Caleb Dressel swam and Zach Apple performed a little better, they would have won. Well, I mean, if Zach Apple wasn't on it and Dressel was on it. Dressel, let me know what you guys think right now in the comments. We're going to turn this into Q&A. I want to know what you guys think Caleb Dressel would have split realistically if he was swimming on this relay. We saw him go a 47.2, and it looked really comfortable. Like, he even shut it down. His last stroke was a floater into the wall. So if you got to think, if someone can go a 47.2 cruising, he went a 146 at the trials and only swam the event once. He scratched. He didn't even swim the semifinal or the final. I think anyone with a reasonable mindset would think he'd go like a 145 at trials. Would he have gone faster? Would he have gone 144, 143? What do you guys think he would have gone? Let's go ahead and put these predictions on the board. Here we go. 145.7. I think if Dressel had a flying start, I think he would have been faster than that. 145.2. We're getting there. We're getting there. 145.1. Okay. 145 mid. All right, all right. Guys, Dressel's a really good relay swimmer. He shows up and swims fast on relays. 145.6. I guess you guys think he would have gone 145. I think he would have gone a 144. I think he would have gone 144. 142. Yeah, I don't think so. 145, 144 low with a flying start. Yeah, I think he could have gone 144. Yeah. 44.9, 142.7. Oh, we wish. We wish. Yeah, I mean, Dressel can swim the 200 IM, so I don't think he dies. I think he's kind of underrated in the 200 freestyle. Yeah. And that's how it was, guys. I mean, Great Britain, congratulations. Congratulations to Great Britain. You know what? Let me give you the reaction. And then the Australians. Shout out to the Australians for getting a medal. I mean, that's amazing. Anytime you get a medal at the Olympics, that's a really big deal. So shout out to the Australians. Here you go. Congratulations, Australia, for getting a medal. Congratulations to Russia, Great Britain, and the United States are going to sit and watch on the sidelines because they didn't put it together when the time counts. And that's how it works, guys. You have to put it together when it counts. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of Q&A. I know it's getting late here in my time zone. Maybe it's not for you guys. Chalmers. How about Chalmers? What about him? You guys want to see Chalmers? Okay, let me put that back on the screen. Really quick. So Chalmers, let's take a look at him. Chalmers was in the second position. So let's keep an eye on that. Let's put the arrow so you guys can see. He had a 0.2 reaction time. He was out in a 50.8. He was 145.3. So if you think him and Dressel are at the same level, then you'd see Dressel go something like that. You know, plus or minus 0.2. I think that'd be pretty reasonable. 0.2 flying start. And yeah. Show the splits of the world record. I think we're talking about this event. So let's zoom in on the world record splits. We're going to have to do some mental arithmetic here. You guys can do it with me. Ready? So the world record's a 3:58.5. Does it have who was on the relay? Oh, it just says United States of America. I think Michael Phelps, Ricky Behrens. I'm blanking on who else was on the relay. Maybe Ryan Lochte was on the relay as well. They had a 144.4. Then it looks like we had a 144.13. Let me write it down. I'm doing mental math here. 144.13. Then we had a 145 point something. And then a 144.4. 144.4. So it was 144.4, 144.1, 145, 144.4. So first, second, third, fourth. I know that's kind of confusing, but I read it out loud. So hopefully that gives perspective on how the United States broke the world record in 2009 at Rome. If you compare that to what Great Britain did, you know, they were certainly in a very similar position. But Duncan Scott came home in a 143.4. That's really fast. That's really fast. Funny thing is the world record. Yeah, that's funny. World record is from the Olympic Games. No, actually, it's not. So the Olympic record is a 3. Let's zoom in on that. See the difference? The Olympic record was in Beijing, and this was in Rome. So it's only 1/100th of a second. So basically, the United States was able to go the same time 2 years in a row with a slightly different character scheme. I think in 2008, you had Peter Vanderkay. I don't think Peter Vanderkay swam in 2009. So it was a slightly different relay order. I'm blanking on the guy who was swimming on that relay for the United States. There we go. Ta-da! Michael Phelps, 143.3. Ryan Lochte, 144.2. Ricky Behrens, 146.2. Vanderkay, 144.6. That was in the Olympics. So that's how they went to 6:58.56. The world record is 100th of a second faster. So swap out Vanderkay for someone else. Yeah. Yep. Oh, that's a really good eye. Will, look at you. I just caught that. That should have been a disqualification for Team Australia. Oh, boy. I just noticed that. We're looking at this live, guys. I don't think he'd be reacting like that if they got disqualified. Yeah, wait a second. What are we looking at right here? So to clarify what we're looking at, and for all the people who are not as familiar with reading results. So this is called reaction time, this whole column. So the first swimmer had a 0.75 reaction time. That means from the beep to when their feet leave the block, it's 0.75. The next swimmer, from the time they touch the touchpad to their feet leaving the block, is 0.26. Negative means the swimmer's foot left the block before the incoming swimmer touched the wall. And then the last swimmer was a 0.29. A good relay start is around 0.25 or less. If you're 0.3 or more, it's considered a safe start. It wasn't very aggressive. Anything under 0.1 is very aggressive. And that's why when you look at these times, you know, 0.19, 0.21, 0.25, 0.27, 0.28, 0.23, right? That's the average. Negative 0.03 is really close. So I think the way the rules are, you actually have to have like a dual confirmation or something. And so even though they actually did DQ, because it wasn't called on the moment, or there wasn't video, I know they're using video replay right now. Maybe someone in the comments actually has a better update on this than I do, because I'm not as informed as I'd like to be on this specific topic. Someone report it. They cannot DQ after the fact. Yeah, that might be it. You have to actually call. Oh, that's it. So there is a rule. I'll have to look this up for you guys. There's actually a rule about what there's like a margin of variance where you either need like confirmation or don't need it. And I guess the 0.03 might be within the range where if they didn't call it on the spot, it doesn't count anymore. Then the US would get a medal. That's funny. Yeah, Will, shout out. Good eye. I wouldn't have not caught that. I mean, when you think about it, look how many numbers are on the screen. So we're really getting into the weeds now. I appreciate you guys, all my swim nerds that are watching this with me. This is awesome. Yeah. Okay. Diaceto really disappointed in his time. Yeah. It's Oh, there we go. David Walters. That was his name. All right, Alex, thank you for looking up. This is the world record splits from Rome. We were talking about it. We were talking about it right here. So these are the actual splits. So it was Michael Phelps at 144.49, Ricky Barons 144.1, David Walters. So swap Vanderkay in 2008 for David Walters, and then Ryan Lochte anchored in a 144.4. Remember, 2008 and 2009, everyone was wearing the polyurethane tech suits. So say what you want about that. But still, hats off. Let's not take anything away. Great Britain, they didn't have a negative reaction time on any of the starts. They put together a really good race. And, of course, the 143.5 on the anchor. That's why you win the gold medal. And, yeah, let's I've tried a few. Yeah, the 1500, it hurt. It was a long event. I didn't fall asleep, but it got tiring. And actually, since you guys, the remaining here, we're going to wrap this up in just a little bit. But, I'll show you guys my swim now that I did. And you can see my heart rate graph when I did that 1500. 1500 is such a long event. It's so difficult. But I'm very happy they added this to the Olympic program because it needed to be there. It needed to be in the Olympic program because it deserves to be. So here is my workout today in the MySwimPro app. Do you guys see in the middle my heart rate right there? Whoop, there it is. Right there. That is the 1500, and you can see my heart rate going up like a parabola. From the start of it, my heart rate started at 140 something, ended at 170. That was tough. But if you guys want to see more stats like that on your own swimming, because what fun is it looking at my swimming? You want to look at your own stats. If you want workouts, if you want training plans, if you want technique, if you want all of that good stuff, make sure you check out the MySwimPro app. The MySwimPro app is available for iOS and Android. Join the largest digital community of swimmers in the world. And if you guys haven't already joined the MySwimPro Facebook group, make sure you join it. It's linked down below. We have over 20,000 swimmers from over 100 different countries, all trying to take their swimming to the next level. And for you guys here watching today and this week during the Olympics, we have a 30% off promo code for the Elite subscription. Take 30% off. Use the code Tokyo 2021, and this code expires at the end of the Olympics. So we want to make sure that you guys use that, or else you're going to miss out. And I don't want you guys missing out because I care about all of you. So make sure you guys don't miss out. Finally, we're doing giveaways. So if you guys haven't already entered today's giveaway, go to our Facebook page, and one of the posts says giveaway. All you have to do is in the comments of the post, say which Olympic event you like the most. Is it the men's 200 IM, the 50 free, the 100 fly, whatever? Let us know in the comments. Every single day we're giving stuff away. The first day we gave away an Apple Watch. The second day we gave away a t-shirt. Then we gave away 2 swimsuits, goggles. We're giving away another t-shirt. We have so many prizes lined up. I don't even know what we're giving away over the next few days. But make sure you're subscribed, hit the notification bell. And if you haven't already, destroy the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Hope you guys have a great day. I'll catch you guys back tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern time for the pre-show. That being said, have a great day. And we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.